Hi, my name is Binoy. In this video, I'll be going through on how to run the code and a brief explanation of what I have implemented. So this is what I have downloaded from the GitHub, which I have submitted. It has a backend folder and frontend folder to host the web page and the backend. So I'll show you how to run this. Open the backend in a terminal and the frontend also in another terminal. And to run the frontend, run npm not to run, to install the packages, run npm install. Do the same in the backend also, npm install. Now that all the packages are installed, now run the front end. To run the front end, npm run dev, and to run the backend, node server.js. Now the server is online and is connected to MongoDB. If if MongoDB is blocked from your internet, you should try a different connection because some service providers block MongoDB. So now, for now, our front end and back end is both online. So let me open the front end. Here's the front end. It goes to login page. Since there are no new users, I'm going to register a new user. CCC, 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 sign up. So I'm going to log in with the same user. Login. In the landing page, we have this much content, and here our objective is to annotate images with one of the 10 classes, right? So here, either I can drag and drop images or click and upload images. I can either upload a single image or multiple images. So I'll demonstrate that feature. Okay, I have selected a lot of images. This is how the images will show up. And if I start annotating like this, the submit button will show up. Either I can annotate one by one like this, clicking each of them like this, or to make it handy, if suppose if we uploaded images belonging to a single class, so we can annotate like this also. There's a button on top which can select everything, which will make everything a single class like this. And then we can change any of the annotation like this. So we can also cancel annotations also like this, or I can cancel everything altogether like this. Let me upload once more. I have done some random annotations. Now I'm clicking submit all. And once I click submit, you can see there's a thin line at the bottom. It is the progress bar. It will track the API request that is going to the backend and how much of it is completed. According to that, that progress bar will progress. So I'm clicking submit. You can see that progress bar is going on. Like that, it is all of it is submitted. Now let's upload some more images also. Let's upload a lot of airplane images. I'll show you why we are doing that. You can see the progress bar progressing. Now I have uploaded the necessary images. Now if I want to see annotated images belonging to each class, here's the button to go to that page. If I click on that, here I can see the 10 classes. If I click any of the class, all the images will be fetched from backend and be shown here. Now I'm clicking airplane. Airplane has a lot of images. Look at that. Since there was more than 25 images, I have implemented pagination. So I can go to first or second page, and there's a next button also here. And I can navigate between the pages like this. Maybe I can upload a lot more images so that I will be able to see 3 pages. Now, I think I have to upload more images. Uploading a lot of airplane images so that I can show the forward and backward buttons also. Now, if I go to airplane, if you can see, I have 3 pages of images belonging to airplane class, and I can navigate through forward and backward buttons like this. Here it's the backward button, and here's the forward button. Like that, I can, if I click on any of the above buttons, it will show the images belonging to that class. And if there is no images belonging to that class, an alert will show up on top like this. No images found for annotator. Okay. Now, logout button will simply log out. And this session is also implemented because if I edit the address bar and if I go to the home button, it will not navigate to the home button because there is no user logged in. I have to log in to go to the home. That's it. That's the UI part. Now I will walk you through the code, how I have implemented it. First, I'll go to the front end. In front end, in the source folder, I have implemented everything as multiple components. Auth for the authentication, login, and sign up pages. Home for the landing page, and retrieve page. Retrieve page is this is the one where we can see all the images belonging to a class. And in authentication page, you can see I'm calling an API to the backend that is a localhost 3000, which will fetch the user information from MongoDB and verify. It uses an authentication token mechanism to maintain the session. Once you log in, uh, yeah, once you log in, it will give you a response as a token. Uh, we will uh, uh, we will store that token in the cookies and both also in the local storage. So that token is used in the future in the home page also because that token is the identity for our session. So uh, in the home page, that is this page, when I call an API to upload images, that's a post request, I will pass on that authentication token in the authentication header. Look at this. I'll pass on that authentication token. This is the get token function. So I'll pass on the authentication token function so that the backend can verify the session. So that's about the front end part, the core part of the front end. Rest everything is normal HTML and CSS fetching the data from the backend via APIs and displaying it. Now I'll go to the backend part. Here backend part has this much folder, the data folder where I store the images, and the middleware part which verifies the authentication token and uh, decides whether the user should be serviced with the API, and the models part which stores the MongoDB, the MongoDB models and the non-modules and the routes. Okay, let me start with the server.js. I have initiated a MongoDB connection to MongoDB. Then I have two routes. One is two routes to handle the API. One is for fetching the images and storing the images. The other one is for authentication. Let me demonstrate the fetching and storing images part. It will go to the routes folder, the cifar image route path. Here I have an API to store the images and fetch the images. In order to get service from this API, I have implemented a middleware also. The middleware is this, the eSubmit part. The middleware is stored here in authentication middleware.js. Here, it verifies. Previously, I said there will be an authentication token coming from the front end. So, this middleware will verify that token. Only if the token is valid, it will allow it, it will allow the program, I mean the backend, to proceed to the next API. So here's the next part. And only if the authentication is valid, it will proceed to the storing or fetching of the images. Let me demonstrate the storing images part. Store images stored via, I mean the multer libraries used to store images. It will initiate a multer storage and a path. Path is given as data cifar images. So it will create an upload function which uses multer storage and the path, and then uh, if you call the upload function, we can store the images. I have implemented to rename a function to rename the images also, so that if two images of the same name arrives, there should not be any clash. Like that, using Malter, I have stored the images. Now let me go to fetch image part. So fetching images is also simple. Here we don't have to use Malter. We can directly fetch by using the path path library. Here the images are fetched from Dataset for images. But before that, uh, if I get a request for an image, the content of the request will be, I mean, the key component for me to verify what images to fetch will be the annotation. So images will be filtered based on the annotation. First, it will go to MongoDB, that is a images model, and it will filter according to the annotation. And I will take that images, and I will have that image file names. With that file names, I'll go to the data cifar images folder, and then I will return all those images which is belonging to that annotation. So that's the store images. And after fetching those images, it will uh, get displayed. Yeah, the fetched images will be received by the retrieve component in the front end. So that's how the images are fetched. Okay, I think that's all about the code. Thank you.